Hello there! Today I'm gonna show you how you can grow your own bonsai tree from seeds. Let's go! So this is always a very neat trick. It's very cool to do. It's very satisfying. Growing your own bonsai from seeds. What I got here today is some Arizona Cypress seeds, and I've never tried this type of tree, but I've collected these seeds this year about a month ago. So they look like this cute little pods. I'm gonna remove the seeds from this hard layer. So I've taken them, dried them a little bit on my windowsill outside because it was fairly cold, and I've just placed them inside this neat little box and put them in my fridge for the past, I don't know, 3 weeks, 1 month. And what I'm going to do now is just remove them from here and try to separate them from the pods. So you can already see that the little seeds have started to fall off, and it's pretty tricky, but if I kind of take a little tool and do it like that, they just fall off. So I'm gonna try to extract the seeds from the pods as good as I can. They just fall off on their own. I just need to help them a little bit. Okay, so this is the inner layer or the outer layer that protects them, and you can see they just fall off. Nice and easy. So these are my cute little seeds. Just remember, always you have to use a lot of seeds, because not many of them will sprout. In fact, only just a few. If I get like 2 or 3 to sprout, then I'm good to go. But in the meantime, I have here some other types of seeds. Just collected them. So I'm gonna write here larger, because I'm gonna know what they are. They're seeds from Lagestromia indica. It's a very cool flowering tree, and I'm gonna take them out of this little box and just, they look like this, and just put them in here so they can stay more fan out and keep a little bit on the dry side. I'm gonna put this box back into the fridge. These are collected about 3 days ago, 4 days ago. They need to stay about 3 weeks at least in the fridge, just to be on the safe side. But back to the cypress. So what I've got here is a container with warm water, and I'm just gonna put the seeds in. In theory, the seeds that float are not good, but right now all of them float. But that's not a universal rule, so I'm gonna let them soak for a little bit. Usually you must leave them like overnight, but I'm not gonna leave them overnight in this water, because I'm gonna place them into something special, and they're going in the ground anyways. They're gonna stay moist anyways, so I don't see any reason for doing that now. So what I've got here is kind of a seeder. This is made especially for seeds. They're pretty damn cheap. Get one, it will last you a very long time. You'll use it and use it and use it. So it's got these little compartments that have holes in them, and we're gonna use it for our seeds. Unfortunately, it had a quite like a knob here that covered these holes and allowed me to regulate the air intake, but it got lost. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna take some duct tape and just nice and very easily fix the problem. So you're gonna do a lot of you're gonna have a lot of do-it-yourself stuff in the bonsai world, so be prepared. I'm quite a bad person as a technician, but you see, you get to become kind of a technician also. So yeah, problem fixed. Next up, we've got these nice little cuties here. These are quite small. I thought they were bigger than this, but it's not a problem. These are Turfus expandable capsules. We're gonna need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So we got 2, 4, 6, and we're gonna use 8. These are pretty cool. They are highly expandable. They will triple in size, maybe even more than that. And not only they will help a lot with our seeds, because it's pretty easy. Okay, it's got a little tiny hole where you put the seed in. We're gonna cover it up with a little bit of organic substrate and we're good to go. They contain a lot of, let's say, chemicals that protect the seeds, because when the seed germinates, the roots will be extremely fragile to fungi, and bad fungi can come and kill them pretty fast. So get high quality capsules like this. So let's place them in just like that, with of course the hole on the top part. You can find there's some bigger ones than this, but we're good to go with these ones too. So let me just place them there, and now we're gonna put some water in and see how they expand, the little expandables. So I'm gonna water them a little at first so they can take in some water and just start to rest on the bottom, because each and every one of these container holes, okay, has a hole on the bottom. That means the water will just kind of go everywhere and you're gonna be good to go. I'm gonna just be careful here. You know what, I'm gonna put high amount of water in and just let them be. So clearly I put a little bit too much water, but that's not a problem, because we can do this. I'm used with the larger ones, so that's why. And I think we can do this. Kind of like that. Let the water drain off. And I'm gonna throw away this water. So I've got rid of the excess, the water excess, and with a little stick, just define the holes even more, so I can put, because I don't want to put just one seed into each of these capsules. I'm gonna try to put, I don't know, 3 or 4. So none of my seeds have sunk. They cannot all be bad. That's out of the question. I think that's because they're so tiny and so light, and I don't think they're ever sunk. So I need to improvise once more, because I cannot for the love of God find my small tweezers, and we'll see how we can manage this. I'm just using my chopstick to fish some seeds, and we're gonna try to place them. Let me take a little piece of wire here, because I don't want to use my fingers, they're gonna stick to my fingers. Better to work with bigger seeds. It's easier, but what you gonna do? So I'm gonna fill them all first, and then we'll talk what happens next. So now I'm just gonna push them, not too much, okay? So I'm gonna push them all in, and also thinking about moving this aside just a little bit like that, so they can sit upright. So I'm gonna use some peat moss here. It's quite fine, because that's what I need. Just push it a little bit. It will get also moist. Cover them up. I'm quite done. We're gonna put the lid up, just like this. And of course, keep them indoors and in a nice bright spot. They need heat, and they need light. If, let's say, when they're gonna germinate, I'm gonna put them under, because it's winter, we are in the northern hemisphere, and I'm gonna need to put them under growing lights, because they're gonna need some lightning. I like to do this in the winter, and I'm gonna tell you why. Well, because you earn a few months, you buy yourself a little bit of time, about 2-3 months, but you must grow them, of course, after they're sprouted. You must grow them under growing lights, plant growing lights. They don't have to be extremely powerful, because they're only little tiny trees. Of course, if you have a lot of power in your growing lights, it's better, but not necessarily. You can get away with, you're gonna see, I don't have very powerful growing lights, but I have them. They're full spectrum lights, and I'm gonna use them. Growing bonsai trees, or making them out of seeds, is the best and the most rewarding and satisfying method that you can ever do, because you have control, and you see them from day one, from the first day of their lives. You see them, and that's something that nothing else could give you. That satisfaction is just amazing. Yes, they grow slowly, of course, but that control since day one, knowing your tree. If you kill it, you're gonna kill it. You're gonna carry the full blame for that. But that's cool, because you will learn from your mistakes. If you do your tree from scratch, from zero, from day one, you will understand where you have gone wrong, hopefully. Many of you might think this is a way too complicated method, but it's not that complicated. That's why I showed you step by step how to do it. Yeah, it's not the easiest one, but it's the safest one. So I have those seeds left. I have a lot of seeds left. in that water container, I can just take them out and just plant them. I can take a plastic tray or something, fill it up with peat moss and perlite in a 50-50%, just cover them up a little bit with something and just hope they will grow. But if those in the little tiny greenhouse will not sprout just by dropping them in a tray, I guarantee it, they will not emerge from that. So if these ones that we're gonna take a lot of care of them, and you know what, I'm gonna make a playlist. If I get at least 2 trees or maybe just 1 tree, I will make a playlist and try to help you understand and let you see how that tree develops. Hopefully you will get more trees, but I don't know. This is why I love these turfus particles, these turfus capsules, because I can take them out and just slip pot them into a tiny pot, individual pot. So we're gonna do that, hopefully. So I'm seeing good things starting to happen to this channel, to Bonsai, and I'm seeing things starting to move. And that's because of you. Thank you very much. Leave a comment. Let's help the algorithms help this channel. Help me help you. Okay? Leave a comment. Let's chat. Because that's just how things work. Please like this video and don't forget to watch the next one. Bye bye.